My name is Janine Schmidt. I do some communications for the School of Engineering and Applied Science, including the website and the MySeas website, which is the internal my.gonzaga.edu/seas. We'll have announcements on there through the year, but in the meantime, we're doing a tech talk just to answer questions and get an idea of the technical resources that we have available for students. So Jason Schnagel and Matthew Trimble, two of the core of our technical services team. Why don't you each introduce yourselves? Okay. Matthew?
All right. I'm Matthew Trimble. I work in the lab right next to the lab, Herrick 103. If you've taken the tour, our offices are right there with the computer labs. I manage all of the software, all of the computers. I will support all of your laptops, or both of your laptops. If you purchase them through our site, I can facilitate any kind of warranty claims through the vendor that you might have. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. You have specialized support in engineering, and that's why we're doing this. You have your own IT right there in Herrick, and we just are always trying to refresh that, because that seems to be the most common thing that everybody forgets, is how to get help when they need it. So that is why we're here.
Yeah.
Jason?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Jason Schnagel. I'm the system administrator for the computer science department, and then also help support SEAS as a whole for their servers and lab needs. My primary role is to keep the computer science students up and running with all their requirements, all their software that they need. And I work pretty closely with a lot of the freshman classes, especially right at the beginning of the semester, making sure that things are up and running, and that all the software that's needed is working, especially on individual students' laptops, to facilitate their assignments and all that. And then throughout the semester, there to kind of help support students in their hardware and software needs, and just put out fires as they come up each semester. Just kind of going on from that, this Tech Talk is kind of the second time we've put it on. We had one last year, and what we're looking to do this year is to have this Tech Talk, plus throughout the semester have small little lunchtime or some other good time talks that we can address certain needs that students have. And it really comes down to what we feel the students need and what the students tell us they need, so that we can help you throughout your freshman year and beyond in the engineering department. So I think that's been our goal last year, and we're just trying to expand on that.
So when students are on campus and they have a technical question, what's the best thing that they should do? Do you want them to come and visit you, or do you want them to send you an email?
I would say that's completely up to the students, and that's Matt can chime in too. It's if it's at night and you want to send us an email, really quick, we've got our SEAS IT email address, seasit@gonzaga.edu, that will send email to all of us, and we'll be able to respond. If you're walking down the hall, we want you guys to stop in. We love getting to know everyone, and while you guys might have problems with your computers, we just want to know you guys too. So stop in, say hi. We're all pretty approachable, and our work studies love chatting with people when they come in. So whatever works for you is what we want to really facilitate.
And so just to paint a picture of where you are, your offices are on the first floor of the Herrick building.
Mhm.
Then there's a long corridor with windows looking out to the atrium, and you still have a doorbell on your section.
We do.
We
Open
do,
door
but we're not
policy?
keeping open door, yes, so
Yeah.
far, depending on what happens throughout the year. Whatever policies might change. So far, open door.
And they can feel free to talk to any of your work studies who happen to be on duty at that time.
Yep, we encourage it. They can always, and we're there too. It's our work studies are there to help kind of greet you, and if they can solve the problem, great. But there's almost always at least one of us in the office at during the work day. If not, the work studies can definitely create the ticket, and we will get back to everyone really quick. That's our primary goal. So we don't. We're not gonna we're not gonna wait 24 hours or 48 hours to get back to anyone. We really try to get back to them quick.
Engineering versus computer science. Is there a difference in who to talk to whom, or do you all take care of everything?
For the most part, computer science is going to be Jason. Engineering is going to be Patrick or I, but it's whoever you happen to get to first, and we'll get you to the right place. There's some stuff I can do with computer science to help out, and there's a lot that Jason can do with engineering stuff to help out. But we
Yeah.
cover for each other.
Yeah, that's whoever's there will definitely try to run first line support for whatever problems you might be seeing. But especially if it's directly related to a particular class, that's where we start getting a little bit more specialized in our level of support. For like Matt definitely supports civil, mechanical, and those software needs a lot more than I can, and vice versa with computer science. Just being able to know what programs are the computer science faculty are actually using in their classes, and trying to provide my best support that I can for those too.
I'm going to say again, if you have a question, please go ahead and type it into the chat room, and I'll go ahead, the chat box, and I will answer up. I will read the question for the group. In the meantime, so what apps are likely to be needed for the first year incoming students, and how do they get access to that?
Well, you can download Spotify right away on your laptop. There's a.
What do you mean download it? They already have Spotify.
That's probably true. Yeah, Matt.
I would say first year engineering, you're going to be using MATLAB, and how you want to use that's going to be up to you. There's options to download it and install it yourself by creating a MATLAB account on, I think it's matlabonline.com. Your first year engineering class, I'm sure that will be covered, or an email will go out. It's up to the faculty that are teaching the software. We do have a cloud computing solution for lab computers that we're setting up. I'm not going to give out a lot of information on that right now because we're still developing the cloud computers. So it will be there and available when needed.
And then on the computer science side of things, your professors will pretty much direct you. A lot of them have you install VMware and then install a VM on your machine, and all that information will kind of be in. It's either directly in their syllabus or will be in one of their first worksheets that they hand out, and that's where I get a lot of students at the very beginning, is just helping them set up their VM and getting all that up and running for them. So that's going to be the main main development platform that students use in computer science for the 121, 122 class.
When you say VM, virtual machine,
Virtual machines, yes.
I got something right. Yay. Do I get an A?
You pass.
If they have, are there, if they have issues with their email sign-in, is that something that you handle?
Yes, we would be the first point of contact to get going on that. That way we can facilitate things and get it taken care of a lot faster than if you were to go put in a support request online and wait for somebody to pick up the ticket. And anything, if you're an engineering student and you need tech support, come see us.
You can think of us as your VIP access, your VIP technical support team that can help facilitate other technical issues that you might have, even if they're not directly related to Cs. We've got the contacts throughout the school system, and can really help you out if you run into issues.
And we just got a question that is probably one of the biggest issues this year. We've talked about computers, and all sorts of materials are on back order or are delayed with delivery. And so we have one person whose computer
Great question,
is not
Lola.
coming on time. Can I get a loaner for the first week or two of school? And how does that work?
Just come see me, Lola. I already promised your dad, so.
All right, now since we're recording this for other students too,
Come see
Can
me. If there's, all you have to do is show me that you have a computer coming, and we'll set you up with the loaner laptop with whatever software that you need. Just come see us first week of school, and we'll get you in the system, get a laptop checked out, and get you on your way.
can you talk a little bit about why only certain types of laptops are recommended for Gonzaga C's students?
The main thing is most of the software in engineering is only written to run on Windows. There are a few things that can run on Macs, but since everything can't, we require that you have come in with a Windows laptop if you're going into any civil, ECE, mechanical. They just don't have Mac versions of the software. Other than that, the specs, if you're doing any kind of CAD work, you need a specialized graphics card to be able to handle the drawings and the renderings a little bit better. You can always get away with something, but having standardized equipment helps with your learning and your classes, and it helps the faculty be able to troubleshoot, have the same experience as the rest of the students, rather than having 30 students in a class with 30 different laptops. We try to just have a few.
Here's another question about how much extra free space does the computer need to have available for the software to run? And I suppose that's also not just RAM, but also extra hard drive space.
Yeah, for hard drive space, if you're only using your computer for schoolwork and you don't have extra stuff on there, I'm not going to speak for computer science because they run the virtual machines and they're going to take up the whole amount of space. But for civil and mechanical and ECE, you get away with the 256 gig hard drive. I recommend you go double that just to have the free space, but you don't need it. Everybody can have an external drive, or just depends on how you manage your files. I know a lot of the students like to have videos or install video games on their computer, and that all takes up a lot of space too. So
So just for the engineering hardware, engineering
Yeah.
software,
Yep.
you
If you're
recommend.
using it, if you're using it just strictly for schoolwork, 256 is fine. If you're going to use it for personal and schoolwork, I'd double that.
At least,
Cool.
yeah. And at least double, if not get just the full terabyte. That's the full terabytes don't definitely give you plenty of space. I've found with a lot of laptops that the students do have movie files on there, do have music, and especially and games nowadays can be 100 gigs or more. And that just depends on the student. So it's with computer science, that's true too, where computer science needs the VM takes up at least 50 gigs of dedicated space just for the VM, and then with everything else on top, and a laptop that doesn't have enough space, we run into issues with. So it's one of those things where just weigh the cost versus benefit and what your intent to use is. Like, there are some students that come in and just use their laptops for academic purposes, but I would say they're in the minority, and
There's
where
5
your
of them.
your laptop is what you have for life, for 4 years of life. So we expect that it's going to be used for a lot more things.
Let's talk about the printing system for just a minute. You can tie your computer into the printing system and print directly from your computer, or do you need to use a thumb drive?
You can. You can log into the web interface for the printing system and print to. There's a follow me printing which is an option in our paper cut printing system, and you can if you're in your dorm, if you're in the lab or anything, you can log in and send whatever you want through that system, and then go to the printer, and using Bulldog Bucks can actually print your documents. So it's something we're going to definitely dive into a little bit later during this in the semester, just to help people get to the right spot. Actually going too deep right now, it's just, I don't think it's going to help anyone. But there are ways to print to the multifunction printers that we have scattered throughout the buildings.
Again, if you have a question that hasn't been answered yet, please go ahead and type it in. Jason, what is it that got you interested in computers?
My 7th grade math teacher looked at a few of us and said, "You'd be good for computer science." So we went, the team of us went down the computer science route during high school, and then when I went to college, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to be when I grow up. I've done computer science, so why don't I look to major in computer science? So from there, that was history.
How about you, Matthew?
Well, computers were pretty new when I was young, and it was just something I was always around growing up. We had computers before they had Windows, and at my younger age, it was cool to build your own computer from the ground up and make your own cool gaming system, and it was gigantic, and nobody could play games on laptops. Yeah, it just fell into it, I guess. My brother's a computer programmer. My father was always building computers when I was younger. So
just for a little bit of context, when I was born, my dad was a data processing manager, and he worked with punch card computers. So they actually wrote my birth announcement out on used punch cards. So What's one of the things that you really enjoy working with students with? Where are you, what's something that you like about your jobs and helping students?
Well, that's it, helping students. Students come in with new, fresh ideas and different ways of thinking about things. And as long as it's not Snapchat, I get it. But, yeah, it's just staying on top of the technology. Things are changing day by day. And 5 years ago, we wouldn't have been having a meeting like this. And it just keeps on changing.
Yeah,
And
there's
will
a
continue to change. How about you,
Mhm.
Jason?
it's definitely the support of the students and just helping them succeed. We're that's what we're here for, is to help them, and them coming in and making and getting stuff figured out, and being able to go on and succeed in life due to just the small part that we might play is pretty amazing. So, yep.
Yeah. For the record, students, seriously, everything is here because and for you. We want to see you succeed. I mean, the whole thing is about having you understand what you're studying and enjoy the process as much as the results of your degree, and get you going on a good career that then when you're alumni, you can write to us and or come back and visit and say, hey, I get to do this now. So we also like to hear all of the stories. And if you have any kind of story about where it is that you're coming from, I am interested in hearing that sort of thing. And there are ways that you can get in touch with us and get to know us better, or tell us about some of the issues that you're having. Again, the email to contact our IT department is csit@gonzaga.edu. If there's something that you don't see on the website that you'd like to see or want some more information about it, there's czweb@gonzaga.edu, and that goes directly to me, and looking for information that you may not have. We want to give you access to everything that you need. So those two email addresses are a good start. I think we're just about wrapping up. Anything else that we haven't covered yet, or any other questions that anyone has? Please, last chance to put them into the Q&A panel. Jason, any last thoughts on students and computers and tech?
We're looking forward to seeing everyone back on campus. It's been a long year for us. So getting everyone back and kind of getting into some sort of a normal routine again is going to be awesome. Definitely drop by and say hi. We are always there for you. We do work business hours, so when you try to drop by at 7 p.m. or something like that, that doesn't work so well. But we do appreciate, just stop by in the first week or so and let us know that you attended this. And if you have any comments or have any concerns, let us know, and we'll try to get them addressed. So,
Matt?
That's about it. Hope all three of you got all your questions answered. I mean, there was so many of them, but basically just be reassured that coming in, you've got the support that you need. Don't be shy. Don't feel like you can't come talk to us because it's a question you think we might not be able to answer, or something that we might not be able to help with, because that's not the case. We can, even if it's not technical, we can help you with where to find something in the building. We've been there for a long time, and It's not just technical. We're C's support. We're not just C's IT. So
I'm going to share one quick story. Patrick is not here with us. He is the head of the C's technical support team, and his office is right next to Jason and Matthew's. And he said one time, first week of school, a student just came in and needed to have a quiet space. And the first thing that student could find was the corner chair of Patrick's office. So when our technical support team say that they're open to any kind of student support, not just technical, go ahead and ask, go ahead and just show up, and they'll show up for you. So thank you so much for coming. So glad that you joined us today, and thank you for your time. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Matt. I'm Janine. We look forward to seeing you in a few weeks.
Yeah.
yay.